And here we are for week 2 of round 1, playing against joekewwl. Alright, we've got 2 lands. Holdout settlement will be good if we hit white for this aeronaut. We lost the die roll and we're on the draw, and my opponent has kept. I think I'm gonna keep. I don't like mulliganing. So, exchange our pleasantries, and we hit a land. I don't really care which land we hit as long as we hit some lands here. A white land would be ideal, or a creature that we could cast. A blue land is also pretty good because now we have Deprive open. Do I play the island? Yes. Just in case he plays some sort of unbeatable 3-drop. But most likely we're going to be holding this Deprive for quite some time. He does not have a play. And we have a Seer's Lantern. That's a good play. We played joekewwl in week 1, and he played a Mardu deck, so he's changed colors. He must have opened some good cards in blue and green, which is cool. Cloud Manta, okay. We can answer that potentially with Sheer Drop or Complete Disregard if we draw a way to cast it. Prophetic Prism, okay. That's going to be one of the best draws we could have for fixing-wise. So we get to play the Prism, play a land. Now we have 3 mana available. And in choosing which removal spell to use here, I think it's clearly Touch of the Void, since Complete Disregard can hit things with higher toughness. This is a good case in point. We could kill Vent Sentinel if we so chose. But I figure it's going to take him 2 mana a turn, and getting pinged is not that big of an ordeal. I might as well just play my creature out and play my land out, so that way I can sheer drop or smasher. I can hold open Deprive here as well. So he plays Pilgrim's Eye, which I'm totally fine with. It's not that big a deal. Follows up with ZUPSL Avenger. Again, I have the Complete Disregard, so I guess I'll use the Complete Disregard to kill the 3/3 flyer. 3/3 flyer would be a pretty big problem for us. We could sheer drop it, I guess, but I'm sure he's got better things to sheer drop. We put land on bottom when we scry on upkeep, draw land anyway. Here, I'm not willing to trade 1 for 1 since he's got a pinger on board, and I'm trying to preserve my life total, I guess. He's got Mysteries of the Deep. Wow, that card's really good. That's just draw 3 cards, so I'll counter that just to. Yeah, I don't think I want him to have that. So here I can scry on upkeep. Fortified Rampart, I can put that on bottom. I don't need it. Yeah, so I replay my land. A little awkward that I chose to pick up my tap land. I did it so I could get in some damage, right? But it's awkward in that I can't play my comparative analysis this turn. Scrying is not casting a spell, so I did not enable the surge here. And, ooh, Eldrazi Devastator. Good thing we have this sheer drop. So, I want to be able to comparative analysis and potentially cast more spells this turn, so I don't scry on upkeep. I lead with analysis, and then, perfect, I drew 2 2-drops, so I can actually play both of them. I guess I didn't need to tap my Vulcan turn with Holdout Settlement. I could have just used Prophetic Prism. But I'm not blocking anyway with my 1/1. He just attacks with his Eldrazi Devastator and doesn't do anything else. So that's a huge chunk of life that I just took there, though. So I don't scry again because I know I need to spend 6 mana. And I can't really attack with my 3/3 into his guy. But I can attack for 1. He can attack back for 1 too. But yeah, I don't know. This is not the best position for me. Ooh, Valakut Invoker. That card is going to destroy me. Okay, we need to scry on upkeep. Another spell too. Snake Umbra. Whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Holy crap. So if I didn't have this Felidar Cub in play, he would be just like pinging me, drawing extra cards. That's a sick combo. Okay, so guess I have to scry on upkeep here. Put that plains on bottom. Drew Iona's Judgment. Okay, that's good. I think we have to kill the Invoker, otherwise he just kills every creature we have in play. So I go pay 5 mana, Iona's Judgment, the Valak Invoker before he untaps. And here he goes for the deal damage to me. In response, I can sack my Cub. That and it allows me to deny him a draw step. And even if he would have, you know, if I actually would have passed the turn, and at end of turn he undoubtedly would have went for the ping, and then I would have cubbed him in response anyway. So he draws off the top 4/3. Okay. I'm gonna keep scrying on upkeep, try to hit some good cards. Island is not a good card. Courier Griffin, that's a great card actually. So here, I still can't really attack for 2 because his Pilgrim's Eye is holding me off. So I can slam this Courier Griffin, and then he can ping. He couldn't ping me because he didn't have red mana open. Tempest Owl, wow. When it enters the battlefield, you pay the kicker for 5, tap 3 creatures. So he gets a really sick top deck there. Mainly because it allows him to bash me for 5, which puts the race firmly in his favor. So here, Pilgrim's Eye. I've already scryed a bunch of blanks to bottom, and I don't want to reshuffle my deck. So I'm just going to put Pilgrim's Eye to bottom. And there's a risk, yeah, that I draw a blank there, but Pilgrim's Eye is pretty much a blank anyway, and it makes more of my draw steps blanks. Really, I just want to draw like another Courier Griffin. Here, this is a pretty bad attack by me, I think. He should trade the 1/2 with the 2/1. And I should leave my 1/3 back. There's no way I should be trading 1 for 1. I can trade 2 for 1, but I shouldn't be trading 1 for 1 with him. And it's a free block for him to block the 1/3 on the 1/2 with his 1/2 anyway. I have no idea why he didn't block. So that's just a bad attack by me. So he puts me down to 5. And now for some reason he taps the Vent Sentinel in response to my bouncer. I was going to bounce the 4/3, but I already have the 4/3 covered with 2 3/3s in play. So I just bounced the Vent Sentinel. It's going to buy me at least 1 more extra turn from getting pinged to death. He draws a 2/2 for turn, which shouldn't matter. And here he hits me for 2, yeah. See, that's pretty bad. I shouldn't have attacked with my 1/3. I guess I've turned the game into a bit of a race, though. Now I'm making his guys tap, so my Welkin turn can also get in, which I kind of wanted, I guess. Guardian Zendikon is not good. Does not gain me life. And we keep drawing lands, so here I make the correct play to lead back the 1/3 at least. He has no attacks. I think with him I would have attacked with both, maybe. He just needs to preserve his life total. Still scrying on bottom. Royal Mage's Trick. I end up deciding to keep it, basically because it cycles anyway, and it's hard. I take a lot of time trying to figure out this attack. But he has good attacks on me next turn, but I probably should have attacked with more creatures. I probably should have attacked with all my flyers. But I'm just like dead on the crackback if I do that too. So I have 1 more turn. If he just passes here, then I just have to play this Royal Mage's Trick just to cycle. Because I really need to hit Courier Griffin. Cycle land. So I would have drawn land last turn anyway if I didn't do this play. So it was just like a fail safe against him all out attacking me. So scry, I see Sandstone Bridge, which is not quite good enough. He has 2 flying blockers and I have 3 flyers. And my smallest flyer is only a 1/3, so I could hit him. I could definitely hit him for 2 on board right now, but that's not good enough. And I put it on bottom and draw another land, and so I'm dead on board. So I attack with everything. He makes some blocks, pings me, goes to 3, and kills me. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess he drew 9 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I drew 12 lands, and I scryed like 5 cards to the bottom or something. So I figure that's just a little unlucky on my part to not have enough gas. So make some sideboarding changes and chose to play last. This hand's keepable, has good mana and a good 2-drop, and then we can make it bigger. Ooh, looks like we can make it really big with Sandstone Bridge. On his Judgment's a good draw. I'm gonna play his Welcome Turn. He's got nothing. Okay, we're gonna bash him for 3. And we've got some removal spells in the waiting. He's got no green mana. Bash him for 3 again. This Waveling Elemental is gonna probably do some work. Wow, just no plays, stuck on 3 lands. Sweep away. I think that's fine to just let that resolve. Next turn I can play a Wavewing Elemental. He's got a Vent Sentinel. I could tap out and Heat Ray it, but again I figure it's got to cost him 2 mana just to ping me anyway, and I have big flyers attacking him anyway, so I might as well save my Heat Ray in case he plays a really big flyer. Finally draws his green, so he's getting out of it. Alright, he just drew 3 cards. That's pretty good. Waving Elemental with land off the top is good. It looks like I sided in Noble Vestige to help against the pinger. Prevents the damage from the pinging, and it's a 1/2 flyer, so it can hopefully ping him when the need arises. Territorial Baloth. Well, looks like I have 6 points of power in the air, and Touch of the Void is enough to just finish him off. So he kind of stumbled, and I just drew all flyers and didn't really need to cast anything except some flyers, and we got there. On to game 3. Let's see what he chooses. Chose to play first. I can accept that. I have a 2-land hand with a Pilgrim's Eye. Looks like I sided in Null Champion as well. Mainly because I did not see much removal out of him, so I figured a 7/3 Regenerator potentially would be really good against things like, you know, being able to attack into his Nettle Sentinels and whatnot. Plains is a really good draw step. Another land's fine. He's got Pilgrim's Eye. Another land's a little annoying. I don't need any more lands. So hit the swamp. Keep drawing lands, so I haven't drawn a relevant card really yet. Courier Griffin falls immediately to Flame Slash. I haven't seen that out of him yet. Pilgrim's Eye's trade-off, since figure I have Welcome Turn and whatnot, so I want to clear the way for them. And he's got Territorial Baloth. Okay. I just have drawn lands every single turn of the game. But I can play this Null Champion and level it up once. So at least I have a 4/2. In case he doesn't have a land, I can maybe block, but he does have a land. So I think I'm just going to take 6, try to hit back if he doesn't play anything. But he does. He has Valakut, Invoker. Okay, good thing we have this Touch of the Void, because he has 7 mana, so next turn he could just, again, just shoot down our entire team. So we really need this to resolve, and it does. And we can play the Sandstone Bridge, give our guy Vigilance, and we can level up our guy. So now we're 2 levels away, which takes 6 mana, and we have currently 7 mana, so we can level it up twice and leave open the black to regenerate next turn. So right now it's a pretty close race. And he's got a 1-3 that will mill us one card. Welcome turn. Okay, that's a little annoying. Welcome turn would have been a good draw step to solidify our Air Force. Prophetic Prism is okay, but we can't really play it this turn because we need to leave open Null Champion mana. And I couldn't attack with the Null Champion, so he could just chump. We'd hit him down to 9, then if he plays a land, he cracks us down to 6. And then if I attack with Courier Griffin again, hit him down to 7. And he does anything. He just plays like sweep away, bounce our Null Champion, then we're taking lethal damage if he has another land. And after he drew 3 cards with Mysteries of Deep, he's very likely to be able to hit. So he played his land drop, and then Waving Elemental. If he doesn't attack here, I would have just held on to the land, because why not? Like, the Waving Elemental is really good, and you should hold the land. And so that's a huge flyer, so we need a removal for it. And we draw it off Prophetic Prism, so we got a little lucky there. So here, I still can't play Seer's Lantern or Spreading Seas, so I'm still just gonna bash for 2 in the air and try to hold back the Null Champion. Plays another flyer. This one not that big. We have Deprive now. That makes me feel pretty safe. I'll open with some Spreading Seas on his red source, so he can't do any red spells during combat this turn. Same thing. I'm happy to bash in the air. He must have a trick, maybe like a Swell Growth or something. Ground Swell, so +2/+2. I figure I just counter it, and I can pick up my Sandstone Bridge, since that will be a decent card to play. And here, yeah, still awkwardly enough can't really play the Seer's Lantern and still leave black mana open. Reclaiming Vines, alright, that's an interesting choice. I try to fake, and I guess I could have put a Regeneration Shield on my guy, but I still have black mana with Prophetic Prism anyway, so it's fine. So now I can give my 7/3, I guess that's an 8/4 now. I can give it Vigilance, and basically forces him to either chump block or trade. And he decides to block, so I put the Regen Shield on it, which should kill his 4/4, but he has Eel Umbra, which is basically just gonna save his guy. It's like a Regeneration Shield basically for him. Play my Seer's Lantern, and I have Tar Snare open, but I can't really do anything other than that. He's got Silk Spider Net, which is not the best. Puts it on his 1/5. I guess I can scry on upkeep here, or just scry end of turn. And Heat Ray is good enough, so I can Heat Ray, kill his 4/4, and then attack with everything. He's got to chomp and take 3 damage. And that should be game. Cool, so that was game 3. We won game 2 with the Flyers, and played some pretty close games. Definitely a few weak cards in the deck. I'm not a fan of Pump Spells and Reclaiming Vines. I guess could kill an artifact like a Seer's Lantern or Prophetic Prism, but it's just not really that good. Excavator's not that good. And I have a lot of removal. I used all my Touch Ionas and Ray for all of his main must-kill threats, so pretty happy with the game that played out. So stay tuned for round 2 of week 2.